Mike's on. Mike's on.
All right, we're back, and one of the things we're going to do over the next couple of weeks is you're going to hear some of the guys, like I mentioned to Eli today, some of the guys that we come up with who have really been a big part of the scene over the last, I mean, you can think of the logical suspects, okay? And we're going to bring them over the next shows that we have. You know, we have like 20 shows left. So, and we added one. We're going to do that show from Mulcahy's on the 10th of December, that Sunday show. We're going to do that show. We're going to do a Football Sunday show on the 10th. We'll give you more details on that after Thanksgiving. What we have planned for that, it's going to be a big show from 9 to 12. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring back some of the guys who have had been a major factor over the last 30 years, who've had not only big moments, but been the dominant figures, or, you know, been the big coaches or executives or commissioners or players. And you could figure out a lot of the names. So that's what we're going to do over the next couple of weeks. We're going to do that. Bill in Marlboro, what's up, Bill?
Hey, Mike, I just wanted to add on to your point about the wind at Giant Stadium. A friend of mine went to the game. He got out of the car and immediately was able to place a bet on the under, and he won 300. It was windy there. Oh, yeah.
I mean, wind is an enormous equalizer in football. It's a bigger factor than rain. It's a bigger factor than snow. It's a bigger factor than anything. Wind is the big equalizer because it just takes the ball, you know, it just takes the throwing game out of the way. You don't have to cover the field the way you do defensively. It helps the defenses immeasurably because the quarterbacks can't get the ball to certain spots. They just can't get them there. There's no way to do it. Mike in Tom's River, what's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike. Great talking to you.
Thank you. What's up?
If I don't get to talk to you again, I hope on the 15th, when your last day, I get in. If I don't,
well, that day we're going to take a tremendous amount of calls, and there'll be no celebrity. There'll be no calls that day from anybody but callers. There'll be no. Well, everybody who calls in will be the day before. So anybody who's in any of the people who are well known will be the day before. That's the idea. So they'll all be for the callers the last show, and we'll get as many as we possibly can into the program that day.
And what I want to say is, last Wednesday, to meet you, your family, and have your son take a picture of me. If you recall, my son's picture didn't come out good, and you had Harrison take the picture where you were standing behind me. Remember, I was in a sitting position.
I remember.
And it was such a thrill for me. I actually chatted with your kids. We talked about football, and I asked Jack about it, and he, you know, it was great. I had a great conversation with your wife. You just have a very special family, and it was a thrill of my life.
Well, thank you.
To meet all of you. So thank you.
I hope you had a good time. What's on your mind?
Mike, time of my life. And I want to say, when you leave, what I'm hoping you do, and I know you can't talk about it, but as a listener to you for over 30 years, and you met my son who was born like 6 weeks after you and Chris made your first show, what we really need, whether people like you, they don't like you, everybody wants to know what you have to say. So I just hope there's a vehicle where any
hopefully.
Big
I mean, listen, I think there will be.
But quickly, Mike, what I'm saying is, after a big sports story, I'm hoping we could quickly hear what you have to weigh, and we don't have to wait till a Friday night.
Well, I think the idea is, you hit it on the head, the idea of it being instantaneous, and I think that is something we're working on. And again, we can't talk about anything, so we have to wait.